Hi and welcome to today's lesson, and this one is really exciting. This gets me really pumped up, and people in the workshops love this because this is what you're going to be taking home, and you're going to be doing this in your own kitchen. You don't need anything more than your raw product, whether it be your milk, your grain, your vegetable, your dairy. It doesn't matter what it is. All you'll need is a clean bottle, and away you'll go with your fermentation. So number one, your food costs will come right down because all these products cost an absolute fortune. And the more you can do at home, the more enthused you'll get to then start making changes. And everything you'll look at, whether it's going to be your broccoli, whether it's going to be your capsicums, all these are fermentable. So food will never look the same to you after this. So today I just wanted to show you some products that already have been fermented. They have already gone through the process of a lactic acid ferment. So, we have something as simple as miso. It's a long ferment, sometimes up to 6 months the soybeans are fermented. This is a liquid grain that has been fermented in water with a whole range of barley, oats, rye. Then we've got a cultured butter that you can see the color is incredible. It's full of vitamins, full of your vitamin A, your vitamin D, your vitamin K. So these are all fat soluble vitamins, and these are the life-giving force for good health. This is whey, pure whey. We pay a fortune for whey. We've got packets of whey sitting on supermarket shelves that are so denatured. This is the whey. This is what the bodybuilders should be pumping into their bodies. And your children, this is the highest form of electrolyte that you could give to a child post or pre-workout, a sports day. We're pumping our kids full of sugar drinks called electrolytes. There are no electrolytes in those. This is the purest form of electrolyte that you can find. Pop a tablespoon or two into a smoothie and your kids will recover so much better. Their energy that starts to be produced in the cell changes. So this is all it's quite involved because I like to take people to what's happening inside the body when we are consuming and we're making these products. This is milk. It's already on its way, just using nature, the temperature, the air, the microbes in the milk. It's going to be cheese in maybe 1 or 2 days. So this is the way that's come from the cheese making. This is your the sauerkraut, again, full of vitamin C. The vitamin C gets trebled or even multiplied 6 times when we're taking something as simple as your garden cabbage and we're using the microbes on the leaf, in the plant, and we're simply allowing the microbes to do what they do. They're starting to change the sugars, the structure of the actual plant itself, of the leaf, and we end up with a product that is so life-sustaining. So if ancient Egypt and ancient civilizations have consumed this and were so far free of diseases that we see in everyday life today, there must be something in it. This is a fermented beet kvass. It comes from Russia. They would also ferment rye granules as well, or rye bread, and make a kvass. I love doing the beet because what color is this? What does this represent in the human body? This is our blood. So this is the most powerful blood builder. You want iron, you want hemoglobin. This feeds it. This makes up what the human body can thrive on. Now these fermented cultured veggies, I just wanted to do a trial bottle, and I love to show this in the workshops because these vegetables have been cultured 4 years ago. And I always pop some through the workshop and people try them, and they're crunchy. As you can see, there's no mold. There's absolutely no pathogenic bacteria in this, and this is up to 3-4 years old now, probably 4, definitely so. So we're going into even fermenting and creating our baked products. So we are fermenting our grains first. So we've come back to why are we doing it. We've covered that. Our digestibility, our absorption. We're changing the sugars. We're changing the compounds in the grain so that they become more readily available for us to absorb the nutrients. and they're adding the enzymes to our food. So instead of us using our enzymes that our own body produces, which start to exhaust, we start using the enzymes in the food itself, and that actually helps break down and digest our food. It's really quite simple. It's just the cycle of life that we are creating here. You know, there's so much enzyme activity just sitting here in front of us. So that typical feeling that probably most people relate to, that beautiful Sunday morning, you're having that wonderful cooked breakfast, eggs, bacon, toast, hopefully you're loading it with good, really good butter, but you kind of feel a little bit like, I need to sleep after this, simply because that full cooked meal is so devoid of enzymes, is so devoid of bacteria. But take that same Sunday breakfast, the bacon, the eggs, load in your cultured butter, pop huge amounts, not even huge amounts, just put a really good dollop of sauerkraut on that, or your fermented or your cultured tomato sauce that you'll learn to make in the workshops. Have a dollop of homemade cheese. Your energy levels skyrocket. People go home from the workshops because they consume huge amounts of all this finished product, and they go home and they just go, I've eaten so much, but I feel so energized. People just come and they just go, I'm bouncing off the walls because of the enzyme content of this. And this really excites me because there's so much in this. There's so much vitality in this food compared to something that comes out of a packet. And as our taste buds start to change, we also start to appreciate and start to learn to love this food again. So because our packeted products so often are overloaded with salt, overloaded with sugar, we have no need for that amount of sugar, and a lot of the time are infused with a lot of MSG, the delicate taste buds on the tongue actually become almost numb. So if you take somebody that's living on a diet devoid of all this or any of this, you'll tend to find that they'll start off this and they'll go, this is really weird, or I don't like it. But give them a week or two on this and your taste buds start to wake up and your body kind of goes back into this old evolutionary knowledge where it goes, this is food, and people start to find they can't stop eating. I have people that come to the workshops that are stick thin, they can't put on weight. They start to create food like this, they start filling out, they start putting on weight. Then we have people that come to the workshops that are overweight, can't lose weight. Their whole metabolism has shut down, their digestion has shut down. They're full of eczema, they have Crohn's disease. They go home, they put this protocol into place slowly and slowly, they start to see changes. And it's incredible when we see the power of what our food actually does for us and can do for us if we utilize it correctly. Because it's all out there. Nature is so perfect in what she's given us. It's